Can you just tell me, just can you see me? And in between there was some technical issue. Again, just I made another video. I have sent the link. Just pass the message. Just
ഇതിനെ അയച്ച ഇവർക്ക് കാണാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. ഓൺലൈനുള്ള പിള്ളേർക്ക് കാണാൻ പറ്റില്ല.
കാണാൻ പറ്റുമോ?
അല്ലാണ്ട് പിള്ളേർ വാട്സാപ്പിൽ കാണും.
So there was some technical issue. Again, like yesterday there was another issue. Today, my laptop was giving an echo all of a sudden. I don't know what was the problem. Yesterday I had the same problem with 8th standard. Then later it became okay. 9th standard some another problem. Anyway, let's come to the class. Now, so we studied about, that is the third estate, and how the people were struggling. And the top page number 5, page number 5, the struggle to survive. So I told you yesterday just to write one question, that is what do you mean by subsistence crisis? I requested you to write a question, that is what you mean by subsistence crisis. So here actually you need to understand, this is before we go to the paragraph, you need to understand what. So what do you mean by subsistence crisis? The very difficult situation to manage to survive. A difficult situation to manage to survive. That is what you need to understand. Now, a population of France rose from about 23 million in 1715 to 28 million in 1789. There was a higher level growth in population, and this led to the rapid increase of demand for the food grains. The population, as the population increases, naturally there will be demand for higher level food consumption also. So naturally what happened, along with the increase of population, there should be increase of the food grains also. That was not happen. Since what is actually happened, there was a high level population, high growth of population, and the production of the food grains has not grown up in the same growth of the population. Then what happened is there is a shortage of the food grains, and since there is a shortage of the food grains, what happened, the people who are supplying the food grains, they increase the price, and now those people who had the income, now with the same income, now they are not able to buy the things which is needed there for family. Understood? So that is what we are going to study in this chapter. For example, now I told you population increased, correct? According to the growth of population, production not increased. Understood? And there is a food shortage, third point. And because of the food shortage, there is an increase in the price, and everyone could not buy the things. Now, this is the problem. Now, I am a person having 1,000 rupees of income. To make you understand, I am telling, I have an income of 1,000 rupees. I was able to manage with 1,000 rupees. So, and I was able to manage the family with 1,000 rupees. I am able to buy the food grains and necessary things and all with my family. So now, as for example, atta 10 rupees da. So now the price of atta has gone to the 20 rupees. My income is remains same, 1,000 rupees. Earlier, now I used to buy, that is 20 kilograms of atta. Now there I need to pay only 200 rupees. Now the price of atta has gone up. Now I need to buy the same thing, 20 kilograms of atta. I need to pay 400 rupees. So now it is difficult for me to manage the family with the existing income, as the price of goods has increased. So this situation now, So I used to consume that is around 20 kilograms of atta. So now it is not possible for me. Now I have to reduce to 10 kilogram of atta. My children and all, we were eating that is three rotis at time. Now we have to reduce to 1.5 roti per day, per time, morning or evening, whatever it is. So because of this reason, I find it very difficult to survive. This situation is known as, that is a subsistence crisis. So now you understood what I explained to you, no? Now, so here let's come. Most workers were employed as laborers and the workshops, and where those workers, the owner fixed their wages. Most of the people who were working and their salaries were fixed by the owners, and they did not increase the salary. But at the same time, what happened? The price of goods increased, but the wages did not keep pace with the rise of price. So the gap between the poor and rich widen. So now what is the thing? जिसके पास जो the people with the existing income, they were not able to meet the increased expense. So as a result, what happened? जिसके पास पैसा है, उनके पास ज्यादा पैसा हुआ है. जिसके पास पैसा नहीं है, उनके पास बिल्कुल कम पैसा हो गया. So the gap between the rich and the poor people widen. Understood? Basic thing, the poor people or the people with the limited income or the existing income was not cope up with the growth of increased expenses. This situation is known as subsistence crisis. So now इसके अलावा फ्रांस में दूसरा भी प्रॉब्लम होते थे. So France was not developed like today those time. So now there's another problem. Every time the France used to face what? France used to face droughts. Understood? So another type. So sometimes what happened? The hailstorm, and because of this reason, there may be, that is the crops which is about to cultivate, about to take, or that will be destroyed or completely spoiled by hailstorm, maybe by drought. Understood? And that also a reason for the shortage of the food grains. That also a reason for the increase of price. So because of all these situation, the people with the existing income, what you need to understand, people with the existing income are not able to cope up with the growth of price rise, and this situation is known as the subsistence crisis. And the reason, one is, the reason is, one is population increase, and second one, and the demand for the consumption increase. The same way the growth of agriculture not increased, and beside this one, agriculture is also got spoiled because of the droughts and this one, and as a result, the total amount of goods produced, agriculture goods produced, that was limited, and this led to the increase of the price, and the people's income remained same, and they were not able to cope up with the increased price. And जो 20 रोटी खाते थे एक महीने में और 20 किलो आटा लेते थे, so now they have to adjust with 10 kilogram of atta. So this situation is known as subsistence crisis. So I told you to write this question. What do you mean by subsistence crisis? Now the next question, a growing middle class envisage an end to privilege. I'll tell you what we are going to study in this paragraph. So the 90% of the people are in the third estate. So इसी में जो बाकी लोग है वो around, that is basically around 60% of the people are the landless laborers, landless farmers. I mean 90% of the people are in the third estate. इसमें से उसके जो 60% of the people are the landless farmers. They should borrow the land or take the land from the rich people, and other people, 30% people, and they also have a very less amount of tax, less amount of money, sorry, less amount of land. Now, so what about the condition? All the people in the third estates are not same. And now among the third estate, what happened? There are certain people, smart people, they are involved with the overseas trade or foreign trade. They got into the business, they got into the industry, they got into some other action, and they become rich. I told you, same teacher is teaching you in the class. SSC, I am teaching you. Some people they get 99, some people they get 90, some people they get 80, some people they get 60, 40, 20. It depends on how you acted on the class, how you understood, or how did you work on this. and according to your effort, you are able to make it. In the same way, the third estate also. So there are certain people, smart people, they worked hard, they involved in the business, and they involved with the overseas trade, foreign trade, and they got money. And they said, now what happened? They said, so now there are certain people in the society, there is, that is the first and second estate. They are enjoying many privileges by birth. That means I'm in the first or second estate. I'm an aristocrat, noble. My son also will be noble. And without doing anything, he is enjoying many privileges in the society. What is the reason? Because he is born in the noble family. And these people of the third estate who become little bit upper side financially, economically, education wise, they now said, so you cannot enjoy any privileges by birth. They demanded no people should be given any privileges by birth. So, because some people are getting the privileges by birth because they are born in the rich family. And another one, and they said here, because we have come up, I'm talking about certain people in the third estate because of their work, they come up and they demanded. So, the privileges should be done, given according to their work. Privileges should be done, given according to their ability and work, because these people have come up from the third estate to the higher level among the upper side of the, or the creamy layer of the third estate, because of their hard work. Understood? And now these are the people who were strongly opposed the superiority of the first and third estate. Now this is what we are going to study now. Understood? Among the third estate, certain people who are smart, they are involved with the business or overseas business, or they got education and all, and they become financially, economically, or education wise, they become upper class. And they demanded, there are certain people who enjoys the benefit by birth, especially the aristocrat people or the noble people, that has to be stopped. Privileges should be given according to their merit, and they are the people who are the main one who led the revolt against the king, because they are educated. And let's see, in the past, peasants and the workers had participated in the revolt against increasing taxes, food security. Earlier, when they had the revolt, the ordinary people, uneducated people, the farmers, and all took place in the revolt. But they lacked the means and programs to carry out full scale measures that would bring about the changes in the social and economic order. There are people, all these poor people were involved in the earlier revolutions, and but they had the shortage of education, they had the shortage of idea, knowledge, financial support. And what they did, this was left. And now they physically, oh, they were the part of revolution, but the rest of the things, managing the revolution, getting idea or how to forward, how to do next and all, that completely left to those groups within the third estate who had become prosperous and had access to education and new idea. अब लोग ये समझना है, तो थर्ड स्टेट में, सो जो कुछ लोग एजुकेटेड हो गया, बिजनेस करके आगे बढ़ गया, तो बाकी लोग भी, ऑर्डिनरी लोग, दे वो लोग भी रेवोल्यूशन में भाग लिया. But since they have no education and no other means, the rest of managing education and all those responsibility had been given to those people from the third estate, emerged as a better or educated people. The 18th century witnessed the emergence of social group. Now, what we are going to study, how this the emerged a new social group emerged. That I told you already. I already told you. The 18th century witnessed an emergence of social group termed as middle class. What is these people are called? Middle class, who earned their wealth through the expanding overseas trade and from manufacturing of goods such as woolen, silk, textile, and that were either exported or brought by richer members of society. Those people who are involved with the overseas business and other trade, they become rich, and they are called the middle class people. So now I want you to write a question. Write a short note on the middle class of the third estate. Write a short note on write a short note on a middle class in the third estate. And how did they emerge? How did they emerge? So write this question. Okay. In addition to merchants and manufacturers, the third estate includes professions such as lawyers or administrative officials. All those were educated and believed that no group in the society should be privileged by birth. And educated people and all, especially the third estate people or the middle class, they strongly demanded there should not be any privileges should be given to anyone by the birth. Though these ideas envisaging the society based on a freedom and equal laws and opportunities and all. So now they are not happy in the society. The middle class in the third estate, educated and the rich people in the third estate, they say so these people are enjoying the benefit because they born in a aristocrat family. This system of the society has to be abolished. So हमारा जो society के जो structure है गलत है. So and that privileges by birth has to be abolished. And their ideas were supported by some of the philosophers. Now their philosophers name are society, and they need a society based on some idea. And those ideas had been forwarded by some philosophers. They are called philosophers such as John Locke and Jacques Rousseau. Normally we call Professor John Locke and Rousseau. And in the two treatises of the government, so they have written some book. These are the two people, John Locke and the Rousseau. And in his two treatises of the government, Locke sought to refute the doctrine of the divine and absolute right of the monarch. So now, so the two principles, the two treatises of the government, which is written by Rousseau, he questioned the authorities of or the divine power or the divine authorities of the monarch. A monarch or king को किसने power दे दिया? On what basis he is a king? Who elected him as a king? And why should we under him? And these thinkers, philosophers, question the idea of the idea of monarch. Rousseau and another philosopher carried an idea forward proposing a form of government based on the social contract between the people in their representative. Now, Rousseau is the person who really gave an idea of democracy. And he said, we don't want this kind of government. We need a government where the government and people should have an agreement, a contract. So there should be an agreement between the people and the government. And the government should rule the country based on the agreement made by the people. And the idea of constitution emerges now. The idea of constitution emerges now. So in the spirit of the laws, Montesquieu proposed a division of power within the government between legislature, executive and judiciary. Now, another one, the Montesquieu, another philosopher, he said, so we can have a government, and government should not be in only one group, and the government, their power should be divided into three categories. One, the people who makes the law, and that is called legislature. People who execute the law, people who put into practice this law, that is called executive. And there's another independent group. So if there is any mistake, if there is any clash, so they are the people who make the final decision. That is called judiciary. And there should be three organs of the government. Government में एक ही group नहीं होना चाहिए. We need three group in the government: legislature, executive, judiciary. Now this is the system that we are following. Now exactly the idea of democracy has been generated. Understood? So Professor John Locke, then Rousseau and Montesquieu, all these philosophers have given a clear picture about the democracy. Now the people, the 90% of the people that belongs to the third estate, and they are worried and upset about the king and the way that they are exploited. Now another one, that the king wanted to increase the tax. They are totally worried. Now the idea of these kind of philosophies are given to the minds of the people, especially educated people. They definitely carry forward this. Definitely they just go ahead with this idea. And even these ideas were being a talk. Even the tea shop, even the barber shop, wherever the people assembled, all people started thinking about a new system of the government. Why do we need this man as a king? What obligation we have? We are giving everything to them. And some people, the church, the church priests and all, they are enjoying the life. And another one, the rich people, they are enjoying the life. What right they have. And now they got the idea. This model of government was put into force in USA after the 13 colonies declared their independence from Britain. The American Constitution and its guarantee of individual rights was an important example for political thinkers in France. So another important thing, the France was the country which was giving money to the 13 American colonies to be separated from UK. Now they got separated and they become independent, and they made a government including all these points. When America made a government, including the three different organs of the government, and they were these French people who supported this American colony, they really appreciated and they really attracted to that kind of government, and they got many points from this. The ideas of these philosophers were discussed intensively in saloons. I told you, barber shop, tea shop, and coffee house, and spread among the people through books and newspapers. These were frequently read loud in group for the benefit of those who could not read and write. And these ideas were the ideas of these professors, the new idea of the government, even discussed in the barber shop, salons, discussed in the coffee house, and even read loudly when the people were assembled, those who are uneducated. It is explained to them. And these news that is Louis XVI plan, and these were frequently read aloud in the groups of the groups for the benefit of those who could not read and write. The news that Louis XVI planned to impose further tax to be able to meet and the expense of the state generated anger and protest against the system of privileges. Now, people have already informed or brainwashed with the new idea of the government. Or is it time? This is the time now. The new king Louis XVI is planning to increase the tax, and people are over worried, overburdened. Now they are motivated with the new idea of the government. Is time? So the king is coming with the increase, the idea of coming to the new tax. Understood? So naturally, what happened? All these people, educated, not only educated, even uneducated people also may definitely act. Understood? Now you understood the situation. People are mentally prepared to act against the government. People are mentally prepared to act against the monarch, and they all wanted to have a new system of government, a government of the people, by the people. And there should be an agreement between the government, a new form of government, and they all are enlightened with the idea of new type of government. And now they are waiting for a chance. So now this is what happened. So now you write the question. So how this write a short note on just write a short note on the write a short note on the three philosophers and about their idea. Write a short note on Vinayak Rena. Why you are making these unnecessary comments? Write a short note on the three philosophers and their idea. Bracket you write. Explain about the new form of government. In bracket you write new form of government. I already told you the middle class. Write a short note on the middle class. Write a short note on the middle class. Then second question, explain about the three philosophers and their idea about new government. So now this part is, the first part is over. First part is over now. Clear? Now you understood what is the structure of society in France. Understood? And how they suffered, and emergence of the subsistence crisis that you have seen. And now you understood among the third estate, where the 90% people, many of them are uneducated and not good, but many of them have come to the higher level of the society. They are called middle class. They are educated, now they are rich, and now they are not happy with the existing form of government. So now people, and these people were motivated, guided by the three philosophers. And all the ordinary people, those who do not know how to read and write, they also were given classes by the other educated people about the new form of government. So almost all people in France, so they all were mentally, they are ready to act against the government, and they are ready to abolish the present form of government, and they want to just form a new form of government. Understood? So now, so this is the situation now. Now, at this point of time, now the French Revolution, now everything is ready to start a revolution. Now, only just everything is ready. Now, they want only a matchbox to start the fire. Understood? Now, the first, that is second section, the outbreak of revolution. So, before we go to this one, I'll explain. Now, the people are totally unhappy. For the first term syllabus, the history is not coming, and whatever I taught you, that is only coming for the first for the preterm. And preterm 2, so I taught you economics, resources, and one more chapter of civics, that the what is constitution, the next chapter of civics, and the one and second section of history. The one I have already finished, second I am doing it. That is coming for the preterm 2. And all those coming in the first preterm 1, preterm 2 are coming for the midterm, except and the history and economics. I'm telling you, first Palambur, I'm talking about syllabus, Palambur, resources, and civics. Civics is coming. That is the first chapter. That is what is democracy, why democracy. We studied. Now that is the next one is constitutional design, and the next third, I think that's electoral politics. The three chapters are coming for the midterm. History. Now this chapter, that French Revolution. Now another chapter, pastoralism in India. Remember, pastoralism is India is coming. Understood? Here we are following pastoralism. Some other school, they are following forest society. Question will be there from pastoralism as well as forest society. But you need to write only the answer of pastoralist society. That we are going to teach you after this. These are the syllabus for the midterm. Once again, first the preterm syllabus, whatever I taught you so far, civics, first chapter, economics, first chapter, and geography, first chapter. Preterm 2, that is economics, resources, second chapter, and civics, second chapter, constitutional design, and geography, the next chapter, and history, the chapter which I am doing, first section and second section. First section is over. And now the syllabus for the midterm: history, French Revolution, second chapter, pastoralism. These are the two chapters coming for midterm examination. And our option chapter that we are not teaching for us, that's for other student. Now economics, we have already finished. That is first chapter and the second chapter. And civics, what is democracy, why democracy, and constitutional design and electoral politics. These are coming for the midterm exam. Understood? Now just those who have written, good, fine. Understood? So these are the chapters we have already finished. Now we are just doing the syllabus for the preterm 2. And once I finish this one, the history for the preterm 2 is also finished. But I finished the chapter. Understood? Then after this, what is left for the preterm 2? Only my civics. That is constitutional design. That I will finish. But anyway, after 2, I will finish the entire chapter of French Revolution, because otherwise we will miss the continuity. So now almost time is over. Study well. Today, people, there you have not given much chatting and all. I'm happy with it. So when I'm doing my work sincerely, it is for you children. And when you respond an irresponsible way, it makes me really, it gives me pain. I am ready to teach the way that the whatever the help you need, I am ready to give. I am ready to teach, but I want a response, a good response from you. I will be happy when you learn it. What else? What else I am going to get? When you study well, and this is a result for me. कुछ लोगों को फायदा मिला, मैं पढ़ाने के वजह से कुछ लोगों को फायदा मिला. That is what I want. But some of the bad seeds, they disturb others. They themselves do not disturb. They themselves do not pay attention, and they disturb others too, and which I don't want. Okay, all the best. See you.